Hi everyone, Caroline here. Thank you for joining me. Okay, we're going to play with an embossing folder today, and this one is a Stamps by Me one that I have. It was called Picked for You, and I just want to show you what I'm going to do with it. So I'm going to use some watercolour card that's from Pink Frog, my usual go-to, you know me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Distress Oxide Black Soot, and that's going to brush all over that. Let me just get the lid off this. Had this a long time and it's still very juicy. It's brilliant. So normally what I do with my my embossing folders, I'll put a bit of tape on top to show which is the right side to do it. But if you're a bit unsure, the bit that sticks up will push out onto this side. So this is the side I'm going to do that's sort of inverted. So I'm going to put my black all over that completely, like that. And as you can see, that doesn't touch that nice flower inside at all. So let's get the card on and I'll put it through my machine. I have an electric one because I can't use the hand ones. It's too much for me. So I have a Kit and Caboodle Pro Cut. Just pop this through. And see how well that embosses. Which that's embossed very nicely into there, so that when you turn it over, can you see? Lovely, lovely. Just going to wipe for my embossing foam before that ink dries, and wipe it off. Okay. Then I'm going to get back to my black soot, and I'm going to get my brush. Just any brush will do. A blending brush, and I'm just going to go in at the sides and take that in like that. Oops, the wrong thing here. Thought it felt stiff. But it gives a lovely effect as well on the paper. Can you sort of see all this? And we'll add to that. We will add to that. So if you have an edge, normally I will cut it exactly the right size of the embossing folder, so that you don't get an edge along the, you know, a white edge. But this is a quick way to just get rid of that. Just do the colour that you're doing. I mean, you can do this with any Distress Oxide colour onto your thing. You know, if you wanted a nice pink or something, you know, just if you happen to go over your flower like that, all you do is get a brush, a bit of water, like that, go over it, like that, to your leaves, anything that's got the edge, just take that off, let it soak in, get a tissue, kitchen roll, whatever you use, just dab it off, like that. And then I'm going to get a fan brush, trusty fan brush, which is always hiding from me. I'm not going to worry about that. And I'm going to tap that all over it, like that. let that soak in. And again, I'm just going to dab that off with a tissue like that. And it just gives that nice effect in there like that. And now I'm going to colour my flower. Because it's embossed, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. So I'm going to get a red. And to start on the outside, you're going to leave just a bit of white along the edge there. Can you see that bit of white on your petal? And it just gives that as if it's the light is on the bend of the petal. I'll do this as quickly as I can because I want you to be waiting for me doing this, but it'll show you, you know, just how nice it can look and how it can pop from that black, or even a chipped sapphire blue. That'd be nice. And you see, even just with that little bit, how it's left that a little bit of a shine on the leaf, on the petal, sorry. And it gives you a starting point on your base, this, for the rest of it. You see? Lovely. I'm going to go for one that's a slightly darker. Just to build up its... I do prefer my Gossip ones really. So you go from the bottom of the petal upwards. It's like, let me get a darker red than this. This is called Old Red, but it looks, I'm not sure if it's, yeah. But can you see? Turn my phone off. And I always forget to do that, don't I, before I start my demos. And you see, that's giving you the depth behind your petal. Each petal. In there. And then just on the very, very tip, a little bit dark on the very tip of your petal. Because it's embossed as well, it's raised, so it's easier. And you see that? Oh, it's made that lovely, lovely, lovely flower. Just take that in a little bit. And then then I'll do the green for the leaves. Starting off very pale. And you know, you can see I'm not being exact, and it's not taking very long, is it? You can see that, okay. Just make sure you're still in shot. Yep. And then I'm going to start in the middle and work my way out of the petal. Leaf. Jeez. Not with it this morning. Like that. And then an even darker one. To sort of go under. Where there's a bit of shading. Like that. Get an even darker one. And I'm just going to go just along the edge. There. Just along that edge. Going up. Don't forget, when you're doing this like this, you can go in with a lighter one and lighten it. And just blend it in. Like that. How pretty is that? Gorgeous, isn't it? So if I pop that on some red card there, I actually don't find that a very good red. It's not a very good red. Let me find a red. Proper red. That's sort of more of the red we're looking for, but that one's not wide enough. Sorry about them. I will find it. This is a better red. So my card is that is 6 by 6. So that will then be done at 6 1/4 by 6 1/4, which is what we want. And that, I think, will look much better. Yes, it does. Much, much better, that. Okay, let's glue that down. Moved, and that would go on a 7 by 7 card. I'm going to stick it down now. I will save this as a topper for when I need it, but that would go on a 7 by 7 card. And with my black marker, black alcohol marker, I'm just going to dab in here where the sort of poppy seeds or rose seeds would be. And that just sets that off there. And of course you can put a nice sentiment on there at the top, just in there, you know, like thinking of you, you know, with deepest sympathy, or, you know, in remembrance. You know, we're coming up to remembrance in November. So, yeah. And so that's a nice way to use your embossing folder. And I hope you've enjoyed that. And thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.